All right, so why is the military transition so difficult? For me, I think I really had to take a look at the role that the military had with me specifically during combat and recognize that that's a hard thing to replicate. Not only the mission and the purpose and the significance of it being a life and death situation on a nightly basis or on a on mission basis, but recognizing too from the physiological standpoint, the chemical dump, the epinephrine, adrenaline, dopamine that's hitting during those operations in order to make us as productive as possible, highly concentrated as possible on target. That's hard to replicate in any manner of life, no matter what the next phase is once we leave the military and once we specifically leave combat. And for me, I think until I looked at that and educated myself on exactly what was happening physiologically in my body, as well as psychologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually that I've talked about, did I understand how that could have such a significant impact on my life. And then on top of that, I think the psychological, the emotional, spiritual, for certain standpoint is recognizing I had to grieve that. I had to grieve that I will never again do that in my life. I will never have the opportunity to be conducting those type of operations, those type of missions with that type of rush, if you will, again. And that's a grieving process that I had to go through to come to terms with it, to address it, but to also stop then looking for some future activity that might fill that gap, that might be similar. No, acknowledge me. I had to acknowledge that will not be the case, but where can I find hope? Where can I find purpose? Where can I find a sense of purpose again in the next phase of my life? And I will say professionally, I'm still searching for that. I still search daily to try to find that and find that sense of purpose. It's a different type of purpose, but where I've gotten considerably better is on the personal side of the house, shifting my focus and recognizing now I have the opportunity to lead a household, not from a chauvinistic standpoint, but to be a man that I would want to lead my family, for my wife, for my children, for other family members and friends, to be there in that facet of my life now personally and step up to the plate and be the man that God called me to be.